limitless being.
Now, is this something that you want to facilitate, like put together? Is that, I guess you'll call it like an instructor, or do you
So
recommend someone else?
So I'm thinking like it's like your podcast,
Uh-huh.
and because you have access to a lot more people than I do who have this kind of. Are you seeing any orbs going through my room?
Yes, yes, throughout the whole video, actually. I don't know if it's flies or dust or whatever, but yeah,
That's the
it's
weirdest
happened.
thing.
It's happened a few times. That's not the first time. So,
You just saw that one that went through now.
oh yeah, I've been seeing them left and right.
Okay, all right.
Not left and right. I probably saw 5 or 6 so
I
far.
was thinking it was my watch, and it's like, no, it's not my. Because I go to logic first, like, what the hell is that? But
Right. And
we're
sitting here, I was like, is it dust? Is it a bug? Is it a fly? You know, but
no, it's orbs.
when I look at the video, I'm gonna be like, someone's gonna comment on the video. Someone's gonna say, did you see that orb? Did you see that speck of light? Yeah, it's been
rather large.
Yeah, it's been coming. I've been seeing a few. I saw like your sidewall, like something on that side as well.
Yeah, like like from here and across.
Right, right.
This is my treatment room, and this is where I do my massages, and it's where I do my QHHT.
Gotcha.
And so I know that it's a room packed full of helpers.
Little energies.
Yeah. Oh, big time. Big time. So now just a couple of days, I'd also do CE5 work.
What's that?
CE5.
Oh, like Daniel. Okay.
Yeah. And Stephen Greer's work.
Okay. And
so,
what does that mean?
So I hang out with ETs.
Gotcha. Okay.
So the first one I ever saw was like when I was 4. No, 7. It was another one. And come on in, join the party. And it was there was 2 energies that came out of the closet, hovered, and then went back in. Now here's the kicker. 20 years later, I went back to the farm to visit, and the people that were living there then, the young fella took me on a tour of the farm. And I was, and this is what this room, and then we were going upstairs to our bedrooms upstairs. And I said, just kind of fell out of my mouth, have you ever seen the energies coming out of the closet? He stopped dead in his tracks and turned around. He says, you've seen them too? And so it was at that point that everything in my life that I've seen and experienced just went, yes. Because when I was about 9, you ever heard of sleep paralysis?
Yeah, kind of like when you're frozen in sleep, your eyes open, but you can't move.
Yes. So that. Pardon me?
Been there, done that.
You've experienced sleep paralysis? Okay, that's another experience of. It's a little harsher, the thin places, because that's where my first experience with ETs was when I was about 8, and they were in they came and took me. And then another time when I was in my 40s, and I was in bed and laying on my side, and I opened my eyes and I saw what looked like it could have been a gray or an even, and he was just kind of looking at the stuff on my dresser. And
what is this?
Well, that's what I said to him. What are you doing? What are you doing here? And he stopped and he looked at me like, you, and then he telepathically said, you can see me? And I said, did I say telepathically? Yes. And I said back to him, yes, I can. Please leave now. Like, you weren't invited into my bedroom. This is my sanctuary, and you're checking out my jewelry? Come on.
Interesting.
Yeah. So anyway, these are things that might be useful for people that if you wanted to, you and I could facilitate.
Okay. I got you. I was just trying to get a better understanding of what you wanted to do and how you wanted to go about doing it. I'm pretty much open to a lot of things. So if you want me to gather up a small group, then so be it. I can find some lucky winners and get maybe extra 10 people to sign up, and then probably out of the 10, maybe 5 will show up, and then we can go through this.
So it could be like a group of, like maybe a small group of dream workers, like people who do dream work.
Okay, so send out the message.
Yeah, you send that out.
Gotcha.
Attention, dream workers. We're going to do a special podcast, and that dream workers that work in specific fields. Like I could talk about political fields, how to address, how to speak to, and work with politicians or leaders. God, the number of dreams I've had about Donald Trump.
Oh, shoot. You should that should be part of the bonus material. You're leaving out all the juicy information.
Well, it's one of those things that
Tracy had an interesting vision of Donald Trump. So,
oh yeah.
I don't know if you ever listened to that. I don't know if it was ever posted, but I think that was more private, but it was pretty interesting.
Can you tell me about it or share with me?
Sure. I'll probably have to cut this part out, but
it's sometimes I write those ones I've written down. I'd have to go to my dream journal and find and.
Uh-oh, sounds like we've got another video in the works.
Our favorite politicians to talk to in Dream World.
Mm-hmm.
His job was to be the activation, like a major activation. It was like he had this big cosmic stick and it went into a nest of snakes and just went, and that was his job, so that we could start seeing the snakes. And he talks like an asshole to piss people off on purpose.
Right.
So that they're off balance and we get to see what they look like. Like we get to see them with their reaction. And it's out of the reaction that we find out the truth. And that's what the whole thing about fake news was, a pivotal point in global information.
Correct.
Finding out
I believe it.
that we're being lied to. And that was his job. The more he pissed people off, the more reaction he'd get. Like I don't know if your mother ever said, he's just stirring the pot.
Yeah, I mean, think about it. He did not sugarcoat a lot of stuff and brought to light a lot of different things that people even started questioning about. So if that was his job, I think he did a pretty good job at it.
Yeah.
So
look at the result. In the space of 5 years, what was he in 4 years? In the space of 4 years, what he brought to the surface was the information that we're receiving is not the truth, and that we've been programmed. That in just unto itself was a huge catalyst for the Great Awakening.
Absolutely. I believe it. I believe it. Whether you was with him, for him, or against him, regardless, even if he was against, because I mentioned earlier how like politics for us was like a big joke. It's like, let's see how corrupt this individual is later on after we already voted for him. What comes to light, and it was like, back then it's like kind of like you just had two older politicians just duking it out. No one really cared. You know what I mean? It's like, that is just politics. That's just them doing their thing. And when he came on board, it was just a massive awakening. And I think even if you was against him, it was like you still realized certain things was not right, or something's not right. Like, hey, so, like what's up with this, you know, like, and it was a mass awakening to, like you said, stir up the snakes. And I like that metaphor that you use, you know, because some people mention reptilians, and I like how you brought up Ireland. There's no snakes there, so I wonder if there's like any connection to it. But yeah, absolutely. I think for him to, and our corruption was so thick that you kind of needed the bull in the china cabinet to knock it down. And that was the perfect one to knock it down.
Yeah. Well, it not only to knock it, like to start. What was that game called? Kerplunk. You know, the sticks that you'd pull out.
Oh yeah, with the marbles.
And you'd pull out the sticks until finally they all went kerplunk. So that's what's going on now. But he was the one that showed us that there was actually a game. He was the one that put it right out in the open. He didn't care who he said, like what he was talking about putting Hillary Clinton in jail. Everybody thought, oh my God, what a horrible thing to say. And then we all start finding out, holy shit.
Right.
What is she doing with her Clinton Foundation? Oh, mackerel. And we're only just starting to, there's just so much going on right now.
I know there's so many layers to it.
Yeah.
So, sounds like we have to keep in touch and do this again. So send me that information about the dream world, the dream work, and we'll put some stuff together, and I will reach out to see who's a dream worker, and we'll put something together and see what happens with that.
Yes, start putting your feelers out, even maybe. Yeah. Oh, okay, I'm just starting to figure out.
It's starting to wind down. What time is it there?
It is almost 11:25.
Oh my goodness. Wow.
No, that's nothing. I still have to go out and check it. Oh, there goes. That was a big one.
I know. I saw that. I'm gonna have to like rewind the video and like, what was that? So
would you? Because I'm not recording this, but if you could rewind it and freeze it, that would be so cool, because I've never seen this before.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've never had my room like this before. Like,
I'll do screenshots and I'll email them to you. So,
okay.
You know, and if I could figure out how to do the video in slow-mo, which I do, it takes me a while to remember, I'll put it in slow-mo and see what happens. You know, from one angle, it looks like a fly. And then sometimes when that one that went like, well, you don't see where I'm pointing at, but it went from like your left shoulder to the door.
There was 3 of them right there.
Right. That one did not look like a fly. So
no, these are, I can tell because there's no fly in the room. I hear it. It would be flying over my head and bugging me.
Right. That is true. That is true.
And it's not. It's just, and the direction of it is so erratic. Flies don't fly like that. Right.
That's why I didn't say anything. So I was just
Is this a first for you?
No, there was another individual, but not like this. This is like multiple. There was like 1 or 2, even in Tracy's video. She was like, "Did you see that?" You know, I was like, "Nah." But one good thing is that your room is very dark, and so when the light off the TV.
Whoa! You saw that one?
Yeah, that's not a fly.
He came by to say hi.
That one definitely.
Yeah. Oh, I got such a buzz on that one.
That's awesome. Well, it is 10:30 over here, Miss Inez. I'm going to let you go. Oh my goodness! Wow, that was even bigger.
We could just sit here for an hour and watch them.
Oh my goodness! They're like, "Don't leave just yet. Hold on."
You're on, guys. We see you now.
Definitely part of the bonus footage.
Can you do that?
Yeah. It'll just be a special link to a video, and it'll be called bonus footage. So
yeah, Orbs.
Yeah, absolutely. So Cool. Well, thank you
Oh,
very much for reaching out to me. Thank you for everything. And I'll email you. I know you're not big on social media, but wherever you want to share the video, when I post it, I appreciate it wherever you can share it at, to your friends, even show your son like, hey. So, all right. Well, you take care. Have a good night and touch base with me. Okay.
oh, Jason, it's been a joy, just an absolute joy being with you.
Perfect.
Thank you.
Here. Same here. Thank you.
And God bless you, and I love you.
Oh, God bless you too. Bye-bye.
Bye.